Have you ever wondered about the Akashic Records, what they can do for you, how they can enhance your spiritual journey, and what you can really get out of working with the Akashic Records? In this video, I want to share with you 7 ways that the Akashic Records can actually help you and also help you on your spiritual journey with more clarity, with more alignment, and really help you awaken with more ease. The first way the Akashic Records can actually help you is that the Akashic Records hold your soul's blueprint. And what that means is that your soul's blueprint basically holds the blueprint of how your soul is meant to go about life in the most aligned way. It also includes like what you're meant to be doing, how to go about certain things, what are the things that are aligned, what are the things that are misaligned, and all of that. Like if you've ever wished that there were a blueprint for your life, so you don't have to figure everything out, so you don't have to go through all these challenging times and all that, the Akashic Records hold those answers for you, where you can receive insights and guidance of what you're here to do, how to best go about it, what is not working for you or what is misaligned, what to watch out for, and all of those different things. So it's really that roadmap for your life that you have access to when you work with the Akashic Records, whether for yourself or through a reading from someone else. Then the second way the Akashic Records can help you is they can help you uncover fears, blocks, limiting beliefs, all of those negative imprints that are really holding you back. Because those negative things, well, they are there, whether you're aware of it or not. But if you are working with the Akashic Records, you can find out all that, and you can do that emotional healing around those things to really set yourself free from those things that are really holding you back. Because if you ever felt stuck in your life where you felt like you feeling kind of small, insignificant, or you were really talking yourself out of, really going for that big dream that you have, that's most likely because you have those underlying fears and doubts and limiting beliefs and limited programming that is actually keeping you from going after what you want. And when you work with the Akashic Records, you can find out all of those things and then also heal and clear and release it, and so you can really move forward more empowered and really go after the life that you want. Then the third way is that the Akashic Records can also help you uncover karmic patterns, soul contracts, past lives, all of those things from the past that are holding you back, because your soul has had many, many lifetimes. And in a lot of lifetimes, you most likely had somewhat of a negative experience. Whether it was very traumatic, just very painful, or you really ingrained certain beliefs in that past lifetime that is now affecting you today. Now, same thing with soul contracts, right? Soul contracts is you making agreements with another soul to experience certain things, to have an experience, to learn something. Well, if you keep having those really intense relationships, whether it is friendships or colleagues at work, or even also love partnerships or whatnot, if they're very intense, those are most likely also soul contracts. You can find out within the Akashic Records what they are, what you're meant to learn from that, and then also clear it and release it. The same goes with karmic debt, because your soul has done certain things in past lives or just in the past that created karmic debt. And you are then meant to go through each lifetime to basically clear those karmic debts. But oftentimes clearing those karmic debts requires for you to really go through a period of immense challenges for you to one day, eventually, when you're conscious enough and when you're awoken enough and when you're ready enough to then really clear that karma. Well, the Akashic Records speed up all that process. You can find out about past lives that are holding you back, about soul contracts that are negatively affecting you, about those karmic things, and then even ancestral as well. You can find out about all these negative things that are holding you back, that are negatively affecting you in your life today, because all of those things, they're kind of overshadowing your soul self, your awakening self. And as you're on your spiritual awakening journey, you most likely have already realized there's a lot of healing you have to do, right? But going through your spiritual awakening journey without the tool of, let's say, working with the Akashic Records or receiving guidance from within the Akashic Records makes it a whole lot more challenging. Because when you work with the Akashic Records, you first of all uncover what's really there, what's at the root of everything, what is holding you back or whatnot. Then you can find out, well, what am I meant to learn from this? Because any karmic things, ancestral things, past life or whatnot, usually there's a lesson that needs to be learned. Well, instead of you spending weeks, months, years, or even lifetimes trying to figure out what you're meant to learn, the Akashic Record can give you that information then you're like, now I get it. Now I'm ready to release that. And then you release that. So it speeds up the process of your awakening because you're uncovering all these things about yourself and then clearing it and releasing it. And by the way, if you would like to learn how to really discover your past lives, karmic debt, ancestral stuff, and past lives, and all of those different things, I want to invite you to check out my newest program. It's a 10-day journey of really working with the Akashic Records. It's called Akashic Awakening, where I'll teach you step by step over the course of 10 days how to work with the Akashic Records in different ways, to do different readings, to really get to know yourself, to uncover more about yourself. So if that is of interest to you, there's a link in the description below so you can check that out. But now that's about really uncovering more about things that are holding you back. Now, the other ways that the Akashic Records can actually help you is they can actually elevate your consciousness. Because when you work with the Akashic Records are in a higher frequency band, right? So whenever you access the Akashic Records, whenever you work with the Akashic Records, you're uplifting your vibration, your frequency, and then also your consciousness. So the more you work with the Akashic Records, the higher you go, the faster you actually ascend. So it will truly assist you in really raising your consciousness more quickly. Then the fifth way the Akashic Records can help you in your spiritual journey is that it also helps you develop your gifts. Because working with the Akashic Records, it's a way of channeling information, right? So for example, I do all my readings in writing. And by the way, if you want to learn more about my readings, there's also a link in the description below if you would like to get a reading instead of you actually learning how to work with the Akashic Records yourself. But I do my readings in writing. So I actually developed my channeling abilities from working within the Akashic Records. Now, you also can actually develop your other clears as well. Because working with the Akashic Records, you get information in various different ways, whatever clear you have developed, and it will also help you develop your gifts more. Now, in the beginning, you may only get images. You may just see something, but then you may actually develop your sense of knowing, sense of feeling, and things like that. So you can actually develop your clears. Like when I work with the Akashic Records, sometimes I get visions, I get like imprints. I usually don't see like an actual movie unfolding or whatnot. I usually just get images and imprints, or I really have that inner knowing, or the information just simply flows through me. So I was able to develop my clears because of working with the Akashic Records, and that's possible for you too. The more you work with the Akashic Records, since it is, for one, in a higher frequency band, like I mentioned, you're raising your consciousness, and that also helps you really develop your gifts as well, because you are opening yourself up to receiving guidance, and you're receiving guidance in whatever way is to your highest and greatest good. So it might be that you start seeing really beautiful visions, or that you're really receiving the word for word guidance like I do whenever I do readings, or that you just have that immense inner knowing, or you just also sense the different energies and things like that. So working with the Akashic Records will also help you develop your clears and your gifts, which is absolutely beautiful and powerful. Then the sixth way that the Akashic Records can actually enhance your spiritual journey is that you can actually find out what your soul has come here to do. You can find out about your soul's purpose and your soul's mission. Because your soul has come here for a very important reason. Like your purpose is usually has something to do with your awakening. And then throughout your journey of awakening, that's when your mission then unfolds. That's the thing that you're meant to be doing in the physical with your gifts. And you can find out all of those things within the Akashic Records, because like I said, the Akashic Records, it holds your soul's blueprint of what your soul has come here to do, of how to best go about it, and all of that. Because, and here on a side note, the Akashic Records is your library of all lifetimes, past, present, future. So you can get guidance around all aspects as it relates to you, which is absolutely powerful. So if you have been wondering, like, what am I here to do? What's my purpose? What's my mission? I don't know. I would love to know. Well, visit the Akashic Records, whether it's for yourself or getting a reading. I do have a life purpose reading available as well, if that is of interest to you. Like I said, link is in the description below. But you can find out all of those things within the Akashic Records. And the seventh and final way that I want to share with you of how the Akashic Records can really enhance your life, help you, support you, and really enhance your spiritual journey is that you actually get to know yourself at the deepest level. You can uncover your soul's origin, where your soul has come from, your very first incarnation. Now, both as an earth seed in a human life, and then also star seed, the galactic lifetimes. You can find out all these things. You can uncover, who you were in past lives. What lives did you live? What were your gifts then? Who were you? And all of those things. You truly get to know yourself in ways you otherwise would not be able to get to know yourself, which is absolutely powerful. So here are the 7 ways that the Akashic Records can truly enhance your life and also your spiritual awakening journey. But now the biggest plus, it's kind of like a bonus way, I guess I want to say, is that when you work with the Akashic Records, you will never not know or not have an answer to your questions. Because whenever you have a question, and I'm pretty sure throughout your day, you often have questions that you wish to, like, why can't someone just tell me, right? Well, when you work with the Akashic Records, or when you consult with the Akashic Records, you have questions. Well, go into the Akashic Records, ask those questions, and you will receive answers. Now, the Akashic Records, it's your soul's library. I just want to mention that. It's all about you. Now, you cannot ask about another person only as it relates to you. So you can't ask about what is my husband's or wife's purpose or whatnot, or why are they acting the way they do, or anything like that. You cannot ask about another person as it relates to them, right? You can only ask, like, what am I meant to learn from this relationship? Is this a soul contract? Is this, is there karmic debt between us? Things like that. Always just as it relates to you. But you can always get answers to your questions. So you will never not know. There's no more pondering or wondering, like, scratching your head, like, I wish I would know. If you have questions, go into the Akashic Records, consult with your Akashic Records, the Akashic Record keepers, and you will get an answer. So if that is of interest to you, if you would really like to learn how to work with the Akashic Records, definitely check out my 10-day program. It is a great starting point for you to really start working with the Akashic Records in different ways. So link is in the description below so you can check out what all you're going to be learning over the course of 10 days. It's an absolutely exciting 10-day journey where you will learn not just how to access the Akashic Records, but also how to perform different readings for self-discovery, self-healing, even future forecasting, and also how to manifest your desires with more ease. So definitely check that out if that is of interest to you. But I'm curious to know, have you ever worked with the Akashic Records? Whether it's like you actually accessing your records, trying to get guidance, or maybe just getting a reading from someone. I'm curious to know, what was your experience as you were really working with the Akashic Records? Did that really answer some questions that you had? Did it help you on your journey moving forward? I'm curious to know. So leave me a comment below. And while you're at it, maybe even hit the like button if you enjoyed this video so far. Maybe share it with someone that you think could benefit from hearing this. And definitely subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you would like to know how to start working with the Akashic Records, if you want to know the process, then check out this video here where I guide you through the process of working with the Akashic Records. So thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, make it an amazingly abundant and joyful day. Namaste.